Salutations, my fellow dudes and dudettes, and welcome back to Tales of Phantasia. Last time, we caught up with Tornex D. Morrison and met with Dios for the very first time. Unfortunately, he sort of killed Morrison and Chester while Tornex used his spell to send us to this unknown place. Today, we're gonna find out where that is. So, your eyes are going to be immediately directed to this village right here, Belladum Village. So, let's see what the townsfolk have to say. Look, everyone, outsiders! Who are they? They're just kids, and we all have the same voice. Because I didn't feel like giving them different voices. This looks just like home. Excuse me, where are we? Wow, strangers, where do you come from? Well, I'm Kless, I'm from Totus, and this is my companion, Mint. We awoke just south of here, but we don't know how we got here. Totus, never heard of it. Anyone ever heard of a tortoise? I heard a tortoise. Well, I guess no one knows. Well, that was a waste of time. No one seems to know anything about this tortoise of yours, but for some reason, I don't think you're lying to me. Is it possible you were sent here by magic? With whimsy. What's magic? This may take a while to sort out. Please come in and we will talk. Follow me. And, alright. Sounds suspicious to me. Also, just a little heads up. The frame does drop a little bit in this part. My name is Lenius. I'm the village elder. It's nice to meet you. Lenius. I know that name from somewhere. I can't believe you've never heard of magic. I can't believe that you don't know mana. It's the power of healing. Healing? And she uses first aid on him. Wow, I feel 10 years younger, but I don't have a clue how you did that. So, magic is like this. Fireball! Whoa! I bet magic is the key to defeating Dios. Defeat Dios? Not likely. You know who Dios is? Of course. Dios is the most inhuman fiend in the world. Or is it inhumane? Every day his armies conquer more of the world. But Dios was just released? What are you talking about? Dios has been in power here for over a decade. We must be in a different time period? Is this our future? No. Alright, so where are we? Look at where we are, the houses. This has to be our past. Of course, Linnaeus, you're the man who founded Totus. Future? Past? What in the world are you talking about? This is the year 4202. 100 years in the past? Huh? I think I'm going to faint. I think I just heard Tim Allen outside. Elder, look what you did! Hey, you set a man on fire. You know how to control that fireball bad technique of yours. It's very dangerous. This is amazing. I can't believe it. Visitors from our future. There's no other explanation. I know it's too much to ask for you to believe us, but please tell me more about Dios and magic. Yes, of course. Dios can only be hurt by magic. That's why Alvanisa and Midgard are researching it. The problem is that you can't use it. Really? Why not? Humans can't use magic. Only those with the blood of elves can. Elves? Well, pure-blooded elves or half-breeds. That's the only way? Don't worry. I'm sure you could find someone who is willing to help you in the fight against Dios. Is there anyone you can think of? So, you're really thinking about going after Dios? Of course! Maybe that's why we were sent here. Perhaps, but... Please, we have to do something for Tornix and Chester's sake. I got an idea. In Usland, north of here, a man by the name of Clarth F. Lester has devoted his life to studying magic. He's a stubborn fool, and may seem standoffish though. Thanks for all your help. It really was my pleasure. You look tired. I'll be honored if you stay the night here. Thank you for your kindness. Alright, cool. We get a free bed. I'm about to ready to hit the sack. Yeah, me too. Class, what is it? There's 2 of us and, only one bed. What? Oh, jeez, I wasn't trying to, of course not. I'll just sleep here on the floor. Good night. Ah, awkwardness. Perfect for a game such as this. So, this is quite a step we've taken. 100 years. Is there even a way back home? Maybe if we are able to defeat Dios here, then history will be changed so Chester and Tornix will be saved. Class, are you still awake? Yes. Tomorrow is another day. Yeah. Good night, class. This is a very charming scene right here. I was waiting for when we got to the lighthearted stuff, because for like the last 4 parts, it's been nothing but like misery. People have been dying left and right, and it's been a really dark story for the first beginning part of it. Thankfully, it does pick up from here, and things get a little less dark from here on out. So. That's a good thing. Anyway, once you wake up, you can immediately walk out. See what Lanus has to say. Just mentions that we did... Excuse me. I just had something to eat earlier, so I have a little bit of gas. I apologize. But, anyways, as I was saying, now that we're done with that, let's do a little bit of shopping before we go. That's a pretty good idea that you stock up on just a few things. Not too much, though. I always like to go for armor. I always prioritize armor over weapons, because I'd rather be willing to be able to take more than deal more. At least in my opinion. You won't know that here, because I think... Alright, no, I do buy a few. Yeah, do I buy the shield? I bought the shield. Yeah, that's the other thing. You don't want to spend too much here. If I were to suggest anything, I say stick with the lightsaber for a little bit. It should carry you for a while. If you do want to buy anything, I highly suggest you buy a few pieces of armor at the very least. Like, for example, the kite shield for Kless and the amber cloak for Mint. Now what's interesting about the shield is that it doesn't necessarily increase defense. It increases your evasiveness, which, assuming I didn't explain this in a previous part, your evasion, your evasion value will determine how often you're able to successfully block attacks with your shield. I think all the other characters are able to do this. It's just that since Kless always bears a shield, his evasion is always going to be higher than everyone else's. So there you go. The higher your evasion, the better chances that Kless will guard against enemy attacks. And also, when Kless guards attacks, because in most games, it minimizes the damage. In Tales of Phantasia, it completely nullifies the damage entirely. I want to become a magician. I practice every day. Oh, good for you. What to do? I can't leave the village because of all the monsters. Really? I mean, I guess if you don't have a weapon, yeah, that's a problem. It's really strange. Anyway, stock up on a few items here as well. The flare bottle, I'm not sure if... I actually think I did explain this before, but overall, it's a really good item, in my opinion. I just never use it. There is another item that's actually, I find significantly better than the flare bottle. It has a different use, but you wouldn't know that from this recording because, some items that I get that are actually rather useful in battle or outside of battle, I never use. And it's really weird that I would be willing to compliment these items that we obtain because they don't do anything. Also, any battles that you encounter here are going to be the same exact ones you encountered in the present time. Like in the overworld. So your bugbears, your boggles, which are essentially the same enemy anyways. So it's not that bad. Alright, welcome to a U-Slid. We got a little side quest here that we're going to be starting. Do we start it right now? Yeah, we do. Hey, what's shaking? None of your business. Piss off! Wow, that wasn't very nice. You have something to say, Mint? What's wrong, Mint? Wow. She's got it bad. What? She looks fine to me. Kless, it's obvious. She's lovesick. Lovesick? Just look at the stars in her eyes. We have to help her. It's none of our business. I'm just going to pretend I didn't hear that. Wow, pushy. Hello there. What? Did anyone tell you how pretty you are? Kless, stop hitting on her! Let me talk to her! You done goof, Kless. Is something wrong? No, it's nothing. If you tell someone, it'll make you feel better. That's a very important point. I understand a lot of people like to keep to themselves whenever something's wrong with them, but that actually bothers me a lot more than rather than telling me. I rather hear someone out than letting them just sit there and look all depressed. I would prefer those people talk to me because, you know, even if I don't have an answer, I always like to listen anyways. But that item we just got there, I'm not sure if I covered it earlier, but it's a mixed gummy. It's pretty much an apple gummy and an orange gummy in one. That's all you really need to know. It can essentially become a much better item. I think it's called a miracle gel later on. Or a miracle gummy, I'm sorry. I'm jumping ahead here with the item change. But anyway, there's a small number of things we can do here in U-Slid. We can buy some more things as we did with the other place, and we can also do that side quest. Lastly, Lenios told us that there is a man named Clarth I think it's F. Lester? Yeah, I think that's right. Yeah, Clark F. Lester, and apparently, he's been studying magic. So, our job is to, track him down, because, well, Dios is kind of an ass, and we need to take care of that. Now, with how the story has been going overall, I have been ranting about how dark this story has been early on, and it's one of those things where I prefer a lighthearted adventure over a serious one. That's why I'm like a big Sonic fan, because most of the games tend to be lighthearted, except for like Sonic 06 or Adventure 2 Battle or Shadow the Hedgehog, because anyways, what you just saw there, I realized that I forgot to come back to, I forgot to ask, Lenios' wife for, the medium food sack, back in Belladum Village. When you get the medium food sack, instead of having a capacity of 200 in your, food bag, it is now 2,000. Which is a huge improvement, so it can store a lot of, pounds of food. So, take note of that. That's a charm bottle. Remember when I said that I tend to not use items that I compliment? That's one of the bigger examples, a charm bottle. If you use it on yourself for a short time, I think it's actually just for one visit to a shop, all the prices drop by 30%, which is awesome for saving money because as we get to later parts, I end up actually having to grind. Hold on, let me adjust my seat a little bit. Anyways, I was saying, once I get to later parts, I end up having to, grind money in order to, get, like, certain extra abilities, or just simply proceeding with the plot. It's never going to be, on the level of, Nintendo GameCube's Wind Waker, Triforce Hunt, but it can still be a little annoying, so I advise you guys use that charm bottle when you can, because it's going to be very useful to you later. Alright, and if I need to say it now, yeah, since I'm mentioning it now, if you use the rune bottle on the charm bottle, I forgot the name of the item already, but it does increase the discount you're given. I think it goes from 30 to 50. Anyway, what's going on right here is that this girl named Nancy, she's fallen head over heels for this guy, little dude named Elwin, who's only temporarily working in this weapon shop until he has to go back to Venezia. And basically, it's one of those love and loss sort of things. Like, she really deeply cares for this guy, and he's kind of leaving. So, missed opportunity on her part. The problem with this first part of the side quest is just simply the fact that I'm having to run back and forth in order to talk to both of them, and it's really annoying. Anyway, after you get to that point with the characters, you can't do much else from this point on. If you did do it though, you'll be able to continue the side quest. Again, as I mentioned before, assuming I did, because I'm forgetting probably. You know, I think I actually did. This side quest does not get you anything in the Super Nintendo version. It gets you gear for a mint in the Game Boy Advance version. I have not touched the PlayStation version. Anyway, Miranda, please set the table. We're looking for Mr. Lester. Have you seen him? Oh, I could hope so. He's me, after all. What do you want? Mr. Lester, we're looking for a way to harness magic. Well, in order for me to teach you all that I know, it's not cheap. You're looking at about 100,000 gold in expenses, payable up front. We have no way of having that much cash. Well then, sweet thing, you'll just have to come back when you got the gold. Don't call me that! Well, you never properly introduced yourself. My name is Min Adnade. This is Cles Alvain. And she feels embarrassed. But this guy's a little stingy. We need magic in order to defeat Dios, and Lenios told us we should consult you. Dios? You must be joking. Well, I'm not doing anything before I get paid. I don't believe you. Cloth, you silly ass! Listen to what you're saying. Shut it, wench. You just met these people and you're trying to push them away. You stupid, stupid, stupid man! I'm trying to go for a different voice here, and it's coming out Mario. I'm so sorry. Surely there's someone else that can replace him? How can you say this total bullcrap about me? Am I wrong? You're not showing them you could be very dependable. Who says I'm not dependable? I'm all they got, I'll show you. So you've changed your mind? Please join us, Mr. Lester. Join you? Yes, please. Please explain your cause to me. I see. It's quite a story. I know it sounds crazy, but it's the truth, and we'll never be able to defeat Dios without magic. Look at my ears. I'm not elf. I'm not even half elf. I can't use magic either. But what? I have a theory. I believe that I found a way for humans to use a form of magic. This is why I've dedicated the last several years to studying summoning. But you can't do it yet. Oh, shut it, wench. If we go to the Long Valley, I think we'll find what I'm looking for. Crescent Mint, right? Yes, absolutely. Alright, now, just like that, Clarth is automatically in our party. Now, Miranda mentions that there's a lot of books you can check out. You can essentially, like, scour their house and see what the books have to say, but sad to say, right now, those books don't have any purpose to us whatsoever. Now, our destination is this little house right here, but we have to go to the next town in order to acquire certain items. By the way, the reason I'm showing this boss fight, this battle off is to just show off that Clarth attacks with his books. He like swings, like if you saw right there, Clarth sort of uppercutted the bird with his book. It's kind of funny. The downside to Clarth as a party member is that until we complete this next dungeon that's coming up, next part actually, Clarth is going to be your most useless character. He can't do anything without these spirits that he mentioned. So, unfortunately, he's not going to be able to do much but slap monsters in the face with a book. He does become pretty useful later on, but as a late game party member, I'm conflicted on whether I want to keep him in my main party at like end game sometimes. Because yeah, his spirits are awesome, but still. Hey Nancy! Hello class, I never got to say thank you for the other day. What are you doing here? That girl over there has got the hots for some boy. I'm on my way to Venezia, so I'm going to escort her. That's very kind of you. I can't wait to see Owen. Wow, you are very desperate, I gotta say. But, Harmel Village, that's what this place is called. Talk to the people while you're here, since we have the time. Granted, they don't have a whole lot to say, but it's nice, for some world building, I think. The real reason you come to Harmel Village is to, get the rope and pickaxe that you see me purchase. You don't have to talk to Nancy while she's here. It does not it does not continue that side quest in the slightest. It's just one of those things that she's there so you can go chat with her. Scarlet family moved here from Midgar. Oh, Scarlet family. God will smile on you. Now, that's the one thing that I'm not sure how to feel about. Because, like, they really push the church, the Christianity, or just religion in general on you, in this game sometimes, and I'm not sure how to feel about that. Not saying, like, I'm an atheist or anything like that, but I'm not sure if, like, okay, so I don't exactly know what the hell just happened, but, alright, just a little quick note that something happened with my audio, around the, 25-minute, 40-second, point. At least I think so. My audio just released, like, my voice audio, for some reason, just completely halted, and it was nothing but a whole bunch of fucking static, and I was really confused there. It was like, what gives? What's going on? But, alright, so, I guess we're never gonna hear the end of that conversation that I started, so, anyways, now that we're done in Harmel, let's, head to this, valley. Where are we? This is the Long Valley. Legend has it that air spirits live here. Air spirits? Summoning is the art of creating a bond with a magical spirit that allows you to call them to use their powers. These contracts are symbolized by and manifested in an appropriate ring. A ring? Let's talk to the man in the house. Alright. So, we got a little explanation about the summoning rings. Pardon me, sir. You're Bart, are you not? Who are you? My name is Clarth. I want a contract with the spirits of wind. That isn't advisable right now. Ever since that earthquake a while ago, the mountain sifts seem to have gone stark raving mad. Climbing the mountain may be impossible. I'm really in a hurry. I have plenty of money for the ring I need. Well, you seem to really need it, so I will give you the opal ring. But you've got to do something for me in return. What do you mean? Several weeks ago, my daughter disappeared. I'm worried she may have tried to climb the mountain. Alone? It's too dangerous for a young girl. Please look for her. Agreed. You give us the ring, and we'll look for your daughter. Her name is Arch. She's easy to spot, because she's got long pink hair that she always keeps in a ponytail. She's friendly. You can't miss her. You have my word. The spirits are at the summit over the eastern bridge. And Bart gives you your opal ring. Okay, so his daughter has gone missing. Oh, look, we got a problem, dudes and dudettes. Someone's gone missing. But unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that because I'm actually going to be ending the part here. So, for next time on Tales of Phantasia, we're going to be tackling the Long Valley. So until then, I got a juice.